And we are back with the third segment of the GSMC Basketball Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. And in this third segment, we are going to be talking about Bronny James and his eligibility for the draft. So, the reason why this is such big news is because previously, Bronny James, he suffered from cardiac arrest, and it was unsure whether or not he would be available to, or like he would be good to play basketball again in college, but it would seem that would flip on his head, and it turns out that Bronny was eligible to go play in college, and now that he was eligible to play in college, he's looking to go participate in the NBA draft and hope to get selected by a team. So, I've said before that the biggest reason why anyone would want to draft Bronny is because of the chance of playing with LeBron James and LeBron being on the team for you, because obviously LeBron, he wants to play with his son, and the time frame for LeBron's career and the end of it is looking to be like maybe 2 years, maybe even a little bit less. Like, LeBron previously said that he's looking to play at least, or like 1 year or maybe even 2 more years, depending on what his body says. I think that LeBron is going to continue playing until he literally cannot play good basketball anymore. And that's looking to be, like, the frame within that is looking to be like maybe 1-2 years. I mean, I know we said the exact same thing like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when LeBron was still on Cleveland. Even like we said that this wasn't going to last maybe another 2 or 3 years, yet it continues. And LeBron is he's a different breed, really. He's the greatest basketball player to ever exist, and obviously the offspring of the greatest basketball player to ever exist is going to get a lot of attention. Now, I watched the clip of Bronny in the draft combine, and he was really good. Like, he's a very good three-point shooter, and we already know his defensive prowess in college. Like, his defense in college was very, very outstanding as well. So he's looking to be, for now, a spot-up threat along with the role of a defender. So it's like he's going to be a two-way spot-up in that sense. And he's only going to get better. Like, a lot of people think that he should have waited a little bit and develop his game in college before going into the NBA. But it's not like he's not going to have any kind of coaches to help coach him through the process of being an NBA athlete. Not to mention, LeBron is his father. So he's already got the coaching from his father, who's played in several different eras of the NBA. And, there's an ESPN notification literally about Bronny right now. Let me just go ahead and open that and see what needs to be said. Jesus, can I just open it? All right, so yeah, like, the draft combine is focused on Bronny, and simply because, like, it's not like Bronny is a very good prospect. It's literally just because of LeBron James and his status in the NBA. And obviously, like, you're going to get a lot of attention if you are the son of the best player, and you're going to get a lot of criticism. But just judging off of the draft, he also had a very good vertical, I should say. Like, his vertical jump was very good. I don't remember the exact score of the vertical jump, but I'm going to see if they just uploaded it and they posted the results. So he does have he has a 40.5 inch vertical, which is 4th among all players in that draft. So that's very, very good for excuse me. That's very good for somebody who wasn't really looked on in the draft combine as that highly. Like, he's very athletic as well. So the potential for Bronny is way more than just being a perimeter player, and it's more than being a straight up defender and a spot up shooter. Given that athleticism he can do a lot more than meets the eye. And I don't really think he's going to stay in the role player position when he goes into the NBA as of right now. I feel like he's going to develop his game to make it similar to his father. Obviously, it's going to be very difficult to be exactly like LeBron, but I mean, if there's anyone that could do it, it would be his own son, given the coaching and the experience that LeBron has. He can easily tutor his son to know exactly what to do in every single situation imaginable in the NBA. Like, LeBron literally plays chess with the defense at times, and almost every single time he gets the shot that he wants, and he gets the right shot that needs to be taken in the offense. And that's going to be a very valuable skill for Bronny to have, assuming that LeBron teaches him well. I mean, there's no reason to think that he wouldn't teach him well, but this draft combine, it sort of opened my eyes to the possibility of Bronny actually being more than just a 3-and-D player. I mean, that vertical jump, 40.5 inches, like, that's really, really good. And obviously, it's not the highest vertical ever recorded, but this is, like, it's astonishing just how he's going to, and I'm very excited to see how, where Bronny's going to get drafted. And obviously, the Lakers showed interest in drafting Bronny. I wonder whose executive decision that was. LeBron. But I wonder if there's going to be a team that tries to steal Bronny from the Lakers and try to get a trade in. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, and I really wouldn't be surprised if LeBron decides to trade a lot of the assets that they have just to play with his son. I mean, he's also looking to stay on the Lakers in the hopes of winning a championship there again as well, but again, it's not really looking good. But I mean, he made a very good first impression in this draft, and that's what a lot of reports are saying, and what a lot of people are saying as well. Like, that's the, again, fourth highest vertical among all the participants. That's very, very good, and everyone was talking about it. So he went a full minute and 15 seconds without missing a movement in the shooting drill as well, and he wasn't tired whatsoever. The three-point shooting drill was really, really impressive from Bronny. I mean, I think I only saw him miss like 6 shots in the clip, and he took around like 20 plus shots in the draft combine. So he's a very, very good three-point shooter, and like he's listed as 6 foot. He's listed as 6'1.5" without shoes. His wingspan is 6'7", and his standing reach is 8. So, with all that in mind, like, again, really stuffy. It seems that he would be playing that guard position given his height, but he seems a lot taller than being a guard. Like, I would think he's a small forward, but granted, since without shoes on, he's relatively short. I mean, he's probably going to play in the guard. Like, he's been listed as 6'4" everywhere in the draft combine. So it looks like he's going to be assuming that role as a guard. But having a 3-and-D guard, it's going to be similar to Patrick Beverley, if that's going to be his ceiling. So I really don't think that that's what the ceiling is going to be for Bronny. But that's really all I got to say about the draft combine, and that's all I've seen from the draft combine from Bronny. Like, he does show a lot of promise in this draft, and it's going to be very interesting to see which team is going to decide to bring him and hopefully get LeBron on the roster. But that's all I have to say about Bronny. So with that, we are out of time for this third segment, and I will now go ahead and go into the fourth segment and talk about the WNBA, because it is now the start of the WNBA season, and Caitlin Clark is going to make her debut. So I will talk a little bit about that after this short break, so stay tuned.
For the best and latest podcasts available anywhere, go to the podcast app on your cell phone and type in GSMC. to access free content-rich podcasts on health and wellness, book reviews, sports, entertainment, relationships, social media, movies, technology, finance, and even weird news. Subscribe and download the GSMC Podcast Network's family of shows, available everywhere podcasts are found.